Welcome everyone to another YouTube workout. This time we are doing a beginner athletic reformer workout. This is perfect for the new client to Pilates, but maybe not new to fitness. So we're gonna get started actually doing some strap work. I have one heavy spring on, and I'm gonna face the back of the reformer here. I put the headrest in the down position, and I'm just gonna cross my legs over here. You can also sit with your legs folded for this first couple of exercises. And then I'm gonna take a strap in each hand, sit tall, and I'm just gonna press back and come forward. I'm gonna exhale as I press back and inhale forward. My goal here is to sit nice and tall, to try to lengthen the spine fully and to look straight forward, and then press those arms back. And as I press back, I wanna feel like the shoulder blades are gliding into each other behind me. And again, I'm just gonna do a couple more here. This is great for the back of the shoulder. It's great for the tricep. One more time, exhale back and inhale forward. Now, one of my favorite exercises here, especially for athletes, is open elbows. So I'm gonna put the straps up to my elbows, and now I'm just gonna reach back and around. So I try to stretch the elbows out to the side. This is great because fitness people like to do a lot of planking, especially forward planking and push-ups, and this works the opposing muscle, so it's a really nice balance exercise to that. And as I reach the arms open, my goal is to try to hold my spine steady and not push my rib cage forward. So I'm gonna exhale and then inhale to return. Two more. Exhale, feels so good. And one more time, reach and come back to the front. Now, I'm just gonna recross my legs so that the same leg isn't on top all the time, and make sure that I have room behind me to roll the back of my pelvis down. I'm gonna start with my arms in front of me and breathe in. Then I'm gonna exhale, I'm gonna roll back, I'm gonna tip the pelvis back, and then I'm gonna come down into this nice tight C curve. Then I'm gonna come forward over my legs and stack back up. Again, as I roll down, I pull my hands in and I exhale. I'm gonna hold it here and take a big breath in. Then I'm gonna take that whole shape forward until I'm resting on my sit bones again, and then stack the spine back up. Exhale, roll down. Use those abdominals and tighten. Breathe in, exhale and fold forward, and then stack back up, tail to head. Two more. Roll down, pull in, get that really nice tight C curve, then fold forward and stack up. One more. Exhale down. Inhale, stay. Exhale, fold forward, and lengthen from tail to head all the way back up. Now, instead of rolling back on this one, I'm gonna turn my palms up here. I'm gonna keep my back straight, and I'm gonna hinge back here. So I'm gonna hinge back, try to keep my spine as long as possible, but my eyes still look forward, and then I come back up. Simultaneously, I'm doing a little bicep curl here. Hinge back, bicep curl, and then come forward. Let's do that again. Hinge back, feel the sit bones tip backward, and then come forward. And one more time, I'm gonna stay back there this time. And from here, I'm gonna reach the arms forward, and I'm gonna give myself 10 curls. And exhale, pull into strong abs, and 3. And curl in 4. And exhale, 5. Keep that movement going of the elbow, but everything else stays stable. And let's do 3 more. Exhale as you pull in, 2, and 1 more curl, and come back up. Okay, from there, we're just gonna turn to the side here. And when I turn to the side, I'm gonna stay seated. I'm gonna grab the back strap. This is so I can get some nice range here. And I'm just gonna punch across. Right now, I'm holding my spine steady, and I can use this opposite hand on my hip. I can rest it on the carriage, or I can rest it on my knee, punching across and come back. Let's do 3 more, and exhale, 2, and 1 more. Now, we're gonna add rotation here, which means I'm gonna get my obliques involved. So I'm gonna rotate and come back. I exhale, rotate and punch, and come back. Let's do that again. Press across, sitting tall, and 2 more. Punch, and back, and 1 more time. Punch, and back. Now, I'm gonna switch to the front strap so it doesn't get kind of caught up in my body. And I'm gonna start with an exercise called a backhand. So what I'm gonna do is pull my elbow up and then press my arm out to the side. So right here, pressing out and coming back in. Keep the wrist nice and strong. Use your exhale here as you press out and come back across. And again, press and come back across. We're gonna do 2 more of those. Press out and come back, and 1 more. Press through, really work that delt and tricep and come back in. All right, we're gonna keep that strap, but I'm gonna turn around. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So facing this direction, holding onto the strap, I'm gonna do a punch here, right across, and then come back. So spine stays as still as possible here. Abdominals are working to hold the spine in place. Exhaling across, inhale, return. And now we're adding that rotation. Rotate using your obliques and then punch through. And again, press across and come back. Let's do that again. Punch out. And 2 more times. Punch. And 1 more. Press right across there. Whew. And come back. Now we're gonna switch to that front strap again for the backhand. And we're gonna pull up and press and then come right down to the front. Exhale, press out and come right down across. Punch across the body and right out to the side. And 3 more. Press and return. 2 more. Punch out. And 1 more time here. We gotta punch through. Great work for that shoulder and tricep. I love that exercise. Now, we're gonna turn around and face the front here. Still with my legs folded, I'm gonna go into arms pulling forward here, my front rowing. So, sitting tall, I'm gonna reach forward and press, and then come back. Abs are engaged, press out, and come back. And I'm gonna use that exhale to reach forward, still sitting tall. Now, just by using the straps and turning in all these directions, we're actually really working through the core as well. And let's do a couple more here. Press, and come back, press. And 1 more time, just push out. Now, what I'm going to do is just flip my hand over. I'm gonna kind of hook my thumb and wrap my hand over the top of the strap and bring it right here into a chest press position. I'm gonna punch out and come back in. Abs tight, exhale, press, and come back in. And as you press, the strap shouldn't be hitting your arm if you're holding it properly, if you're holding it over the top of that strap. Now, we're gonna alternate. I'm gonna punch with one and come back in and punch with the other. And come back in. Try to stay stable here, push out, and come back in, and push, and come back in. Notice the elbows are angled slightly down. And press. 1 more set. And in, and last time, press, and in. From there, I'm just gonna flip my hands back over, bring them out to the side. I'm gonna have a slight bend in the elbow, sitting tall, and I'm gonna do my chest fly, or also called hug a tree. Come around, exhale, inhale, open. Abs strong, reach around. And again, pull, and return. And pull, and let's do 3 more. Exhale, pull, and 2, and 1 more, right there, and come back in. Okay, now we can put the straps back here, and we're gonna bring the foot bar up, and we're gonna go on to some knee stretch exercises here. So right here, you can bring this foot bar up, and knee stretches happen in a kneeling position, and for today, we're gonna keep the spine lengthened, so keep it straight, and hands on the foot bar. Now you can do anywhere from 1 heavy spring to 1 heavy, 1 light. You can do 2 heavy springs, but I'm gonna start with 1 heavy and 1 light here. Then, elbows angled down, spine is lengthened. I press the carriage out and pull it in. My goal is to move the legs back and really minimize the movement of my spine and pelvis. So I'm really using my abdominals here to hold those steady as much as possible and pull in. Let's do 4 more. And 3, inhale back, exhale forward, and 2, and 1. Now, what I'd like you to do is push the knees back here, keep the spine lengthened, and you can actually hold this position here. You can bring the carriage slightly forward, and from here, you're gonna connect with your abs, and we're just gonna press out, straightening the knees, and then lower the knees back down to the carriage. So we're going from a kneeling plank, extending the legs back into a full plank. Now my shoulders are slightly behind my hands. I'm grabbing that foot bar with the whole hand. Press out and lower back down. 2 more. Press and lower back down. And 1 more time. Press. Now from here, I can put the knees back down or I can keep them lifted, and I'm going to do a long stretch. So I'm going to reach back. Remember, you can do this from your knees, and you can change the resistance if you need to. Abs are in tight. You're holding a plank, and we're just pressing back and coming in. 2 more. Don't lock your elbows. And just 1 more time. Press back and come all the way in, and then gently bring that carriage back in. Okay, from here, I'm going to keep the springs the same. I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to put my heels up on the shoulder rest. We call this the high half toe position. Spine flexed, hands still on the foot bar, elbows angled down, slightly bent. Reach the legs back and pull in for the elephant. So make sure the shoulders are not in the ears and your head is reaching down toward that carriage. Your abs are in tight, just like they were for knee stretches, and you're moving the carriage from the hip joint, trying to keep the spine in that same amount of flexion the whole time. Inhale, and then exhale to pull in. 5, and pull it in. 4, keep the rounded. 3, relax the shoulders. 2, and 1 more. Press, and come in. And then come all the way down onto the carriage. Okay, from here, we're gonna step off to the side, and I'm gonna keep the 1 heavy and 1 light spring on. And for this exercise, you can stand up on top of a platform if you feel like you don't have enough space for your knee to clear the carriage. And we're gonna sit back here, and you're just gonna press back in, using that back leg and pushing into the back heel so you feel those glutes engage. Power back, come in slowly. Power back, come in slower, the scooter. 4 more, and exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so let's get the hard work done on the other side here. So I always use the spring on the side of the carriage that I'm working on so the carriage moves more smoothly. Sit back here, and again, push through that back leg. Try to keep the weight on this standing leg, and your hands are like a kickstand, making sure that you don't fall forward. Pressing back, abs tight. 3 more, 2 more, 1 more, and come back in. Now, we'll stay on this side, and all I'm going to do is take the light spring off. So I'm working with 1 heavy spring. I'm gonna bring my other foot close to the front foot of the reformer, and then I'm gonna keep my back leg straight and just sink down into a lunge and press back and come forward and up. So this is kind of the standing front split. I can keep my hips at that same level. My back leg is lengthened, and I'm just straightening and bending that back leg. I'll do a couple more here. This should feel really good on that hip flexor. Try to square your hips off. And 1 more. Now I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna lower that back knee down, and I'm just gonna stretch back. So my thighs stretch, and press, and come forward. Exhale, press, staying low. So the same thing I just did, except now my knee is down, and I'm getting a little bit more into that hip flexor. All right, let's switch over to the other side. You doing okay, Ducky? Yeah, okay. So from here, back leg is straight. We have a guest dog on set today. Ducky. And come back in, abs in, press, and back leg is straight, and pressing back. And just use that exhale here. Woo, feels good. Now lower that back knee down, and let's go into the thigh stretch back and forward. I'm staying low here and just really working through the hamstring on the front leg. It's a great hip opener. Nice and mobile. I like these moving mobility exercises. And come all the way back in. And that is our very quick athletic workout. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you will hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. And if you want longer workouts with notes, check out our app and go to johngareytv.com. Thanks everyone. That means we're done. Bye.